Hey everyone, it's Demonic Mist. This is probably one of the hardest videos I've ever made, but it's also one of the most important. Today, I want to talk about why I left my 18-year marriage and what finally made me realize it was time. For a long time, things didn't seem that bad. There were issues here and there, control, some narcissistic tendencies, but nothing that felt big enough to leave over. At least that's what I told myself. Looking back now, I realized I minimized a lot. I wrote things off, I buried things. I even forgot parts of what I went through until recently. My daughter found one of my old journals and asked to read it. After she did, I read it again myself. And that's when everything came back. Moments I had pushed down, things I had convinced myself weren't that bad. But seeing as it But seeing it written out, I couldn't ignore it anymore. There were a lot of red flags over the years, being constantly dismissed or talked down to, arguments turning into name calling, feeling like I couldn't disagree without it becoming a bigger issue, being made to feel like I was always the problem. At the time, I didn't fully understand. Now I do. It was years of emotional manipulation and gaslighting. And I stayed because I believed things would get better. As time went on, things escalated. There was more anger, more yelling, more tension in the house, and it stopped being just about me. It started affecting my child. That's when things really began to shift for me internally. There was a moment when I realized I couldn't keep hoping things would get better. I couldn't keep waiting for change because at that point it wasn't just about me anymore. It was about protecting my child. And that was the moment I knew I had to leave. Walking away from an 18-year relationship is not something you do lightly. For years, I told myself it'll get better after this, things will change when. I just need to hold on a little longer, but it didn't get better. It got worse. So I started quietly preparing, saving money, reaching out for help, building a way out, and eventually I took it. I didn't do this alone. My dad supported me, my sister and her fiance supported me, and even came down and got me. People helped when I needed it the most, and someone who was just a friend at the time reminded me constantly that I was doing the right thing. That support meant everything, and today I'm in a completely different place. I was in a voice call with a couple of friends who we used to chat all the time in a voice call, and they would hear some of the stuff going on in the background, some of the yelling, and hear how I was. And then recently I was in another call with them and they said that the energy shift is completely different with my with my current boyfriend, and with me I seem much happier, and I am much happier. It's been about 3 years since I left him, and I've been in this new relationship. Well, I say new, but it's not really new. I've been in this relationship for like 2.5 years now. And I can honestly say I wouldn't change the decision I made. Was it hard? Yes. Was it painful? Absolutely. But it was necessary. My daughter is happier, I'm healing, and every day I try to be better than I was before. I also want to say this. I wasn't perfect. I made mistakes too. And I've taken responsibility for that, especially as a parent. I've had those conversations, I've apologized, and I'm working every day to grow. Because healing isn't just about leaving, it's about becoming better after. I stayed quiet about this for a long time, mostly because I was afraid of backlash, afraid of what might happen if this got back to them, but I realized something. I shouldn't be afraid to tell my truth. And if sharing this helps even one person realize they're not alone, then it's worth it. If you're reading this and you feel stuck or like something isn't right, please listen to yourself. You deserve peace. You deserve respect, and you deserve to feel safe in your own life. Leading is hard, but sometimes it's the only way forward. Thank you for listening.